when it comes down to Twitch and live streaming, it's not just about you. It's about you and everybody in that room together and the streamers around you. It's a network, it's a community. And one thing I try to remember is to have an open hand policy whenever it comes down to people in the stream or other streamers. That's why the rating feature, if you've ever seen that on Twitch, basically you take your chat, throw it at somebody else. So everybody goes to another channel. We raid every single day because of the fact that we want to spread our community around, showing other people that we care about their community and vice versa. Networking is like the hardest thing for me so far on Twitch that I have really had to learn, because when you're starting out, you're like, oh man, I got a couple of viewers, I need to keep them. They're my viewers, they're mine. It's like, no, they can watch whoever the heck they want, you know? Like, they're not your viewers. It's not a zero-sum game, as she actually told me. What that means is, if you have somebody watching you, you're not taking viewers from somebody else. Everybody, there's a, what is the word? I can't think of it. There's so much out there. There's enough for everybody and then some whenever it comes down to anything, whether it's success, money, viewers, whatever it is. And you have to have the mindset that it's okay to show other people other content. Show your people other content, because that's how you grow. It's all about the networking. And do you guys have any experience with growing a community in that sense?
I don't know so much about growing community, but I mean that's how I ended up as a Twitch admin. I was just moderating for all these bigger streamers at the time, which was a couple hundred people. But I do really think, pro tip, if you want to help a streamer out, the best thing that you can do for them, bits are nice, subs are nice, is just share their stuff. Share clips, share their streams, share funny moments, talk about them to your friends. The best thing that you can do to help a streamer out is get more people out there, because visibility is often the hardest thing for a streamer to get. But yeah, networking is huge. That's how I got the Twitch admin thing, was just I was known around the site for moderating every channel. But it's a tricky thing, and I think Jules has kind of talked about this maybe in some YouTube panels, where a lot of people try to, they're just starting and they're going up to the guys with 10,000 people and going, hey man, can you raid me, and all this stuff, and it's like, don't do that. But what you want to do is create people who are where you are. Are you just starting? Find other streamers who are also just starting. And then you guys can grow together. Maybe you've got 100 or 200 people. Find people that are around your size, because then you guys, first of all, understand each other. You know that the people that watch you like that size of stream, so they'll probably like the size of the stream of the other people, and your communities can really start to just grow together, and it'll be more fun that way. And it tends to be easier to handle, I guess we'll talk about this later probably, but Jared's had a really sort of slow and steady climb, right? And you'll see some streamers who they just all of a sudden get, Twitch tweets them out or whatever, and they just explode overnight. And you often you're not ready for that. Whereas if you get this nice slow and steady growth, you have time to adjust. You have time to learn how to deal with it, and you tend to be more prepared for when that success does hit.
I just want to expand more on the idea of it not being a zero-sum game, because what I've since found out about the whole idea of sharing other channels and raiding or sharing communities, it's not so much that you will lose viewers to this other channel. You will of course introduce them to them, but what actually happens from that, this applies to YouTube and Twitch and really any form of entertainment, is that you'll get them more engaged in that medium. So if they're watching your Twitch and you send them to another one, they're watching more Twitch, which means that Twitch is a larger live streaming content watching and maybe creation. It's a big part of their lives, and then they might come back more to Twitch and then to you. So it's not really a case of, oh, I'm sending them off to this person. They'll never come back. They will come back because you sent them. They appreciate your recommendation. So from that perspective, it's never going to be a zero-sum game or anything. In terms of building a community, I've always found collaboration to be the best idea. That if you, again, the whole idea that you look for people on a similar scale to you, there's not much to be gained for your self-esteem or anything, if you say, start out and look to like Ninja, hey, should we play Fortnite together? That's not going to work well for you. He probably won't respond, and that's not going to, I don't know, that's like a win, but it probably won't feel good on your self-esteem. So you've got to aim for realistic collaborations and to not expect too much too soon. If you get too much too soon, you'll know, because that happened to me on YouTube, and it's not fun. So just slow, steady, keep it calm, don't expect too much too soon, and enjoy your community while it's there. And also like build a small kernel of really loyal people. Check back with people who come to every stream. If you recognize a name from before, say, hi, I remember this name, that sort of stuff. And just focus on that, and it'll build out from there in its own time, very naturally.
We gotta ask Shane Dawson for a shout out once. Like, how dare he not shout out my 1,000 subscribers? I think you gotta, I don't know if, it depends on what you want. Because some people don't want communities. Some people think that they want communities because that's what maybe who they're watching has. But I know like so many people who have like started a Discord because they thought that that's what they had to do, and then they never moderated their Discord. You know how that goes. Oh, yeah. Unmoderated Discords are fun. No, but it's just like, it's tough because we do emulate the people who inspired us to start. There's a reason why we start, and I think it's important to keep going back to like what's the enjoyment I'm deriving out of this? Is it getting money? That's fine. Like, just make sure you know that. Make sure that then your decisions are based on that. That way you're not like doing things that aren't what you want to do and then being frustrated as to why it's not working. It's like, it's not working because that's not what you want to do. I don't know. So like, there are no rules, man. It's all just kind of like, do what you want to do. If you want to be Ninja, sorry, there's already one. You gotta you want to be the 8-bit drummer? There already is one. Like, there's so many people on YouTube, on Twitch, who see somebody doing something. Of course, they're only seeing the highlight reel, man. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this stuff, and they think, I can do that. So then they do that, and they're like, wait a minute, why am I not as famous as him? I'm doing literally the same thing. Because he's already there, you're just copying him. What if you do what they're doing, but with blank, and then you add your special thing? And it sounds obvious, but it's not to a lot of people. And I don't know, I feel like that's such a hard thing to find for every individual, and then also like feeling confident enough to push that out is, I think, a lot of the struggles that a lot of early streamers kind of start thinking is just like, they do hit that realization. They're just like, what's so special about me? Why would people want to watch me? That's a legitimate question. I mean, there's a lot of human beings in this world, but there is actually something pretty interesting about probably every one of you, probably, I don't know. But it's important to, if you can't find it, like, develop something. Like, Jared and I didn't slip out of the womb playing guitar and drums. Like, we practiced. We fucking freaking, I'm so tired, I can't filter. You know what I mean? Like, you can develop talents and stuff. And what's great about Twitch, too, is people... All right. Is that Monster Cat? We're gonna get in trouble. I don't know. Just be real with yourself. Like try to categorize in your head. Like, yeah, me too. Categorize in your head. Like, how much of what I'm thinking in my decision making here is for what I actually want to do, and how much of it is like I don't know, so I'm just emulating someone else. That's fine. It's just, if you can be critically thinking about that stuff, you're going to make a lot better decisions about how you move forward.